Hey everybody, I'm Monty, and Channel 5 is reporting that instead of saying cheese, the Victorians said prunes before they took a picture.
Hi, I'm Katie, and according to Channel 5, the world's most successful pirate was a woman.
Y'all see that? See? Did you know that? Guys, thank you for joining another great episode. Channel 5 show is here, and I'm very pleased and excited, man. Let me give the backstory very quickly, man. When I first came to Las Vegas, it's been 14 years ago. 14 years ago. Okay. First job, I immediately got a job. First job I got was at a store called Kenneth Cole in the Venetian. Mm-hmm. And the first person I met was a sweet, beautiful lady named Lourdes, who I miss a lot. So sweet, love her. The second person I literally saw in the store working was my guest. And I got to tell you guys, me and my guest, Katie, we should be rich right now, because if they had reality show cameras for that store and the craziness,
we were
like stars right now.
Yeah, on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yes, we were so before our time. But she was nice enough to join. We've just stayed in contact through years. She's such a great person. Katie, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Yeah, just off today, hanging out. Got the baby.
Yes, and yes, with a new baby, and that's what I want to talk to her about. I'm really excited for her and her husband. And so let's get into it, because there's so much information and so many things. You can watch YouTube, people got babies, and social media's got a baby. Oh my goodness. But it's still kind of crazy. I heard a woman talk about it. It's like, you're 9 months, you carry a baby, you have the baby, and then they just give it to you, and then you just go, and it's just it, so.
It's weird.
What is it like just having a baby? I told her, I said, give me the 4 things that you did not expect having a baby.
Yeah, I think, first of all, aside from it just being weird that they're like, it's been 24 hours, like you're in a wheelchair, you're holding your baby, and some guy is pushing your wheelchair to the car, and you're just like, okay, like you're just giving me my baby, like, see you, never speak to you again. But I think after we got home, because the baby was super chill in the hospital. She was an angel. She was like sleeping. She was eating her hand. We got home. She wilded out. And they kind of warned us that would happen because, just everything's new for her. It's a whole new experience. And you always think like, oh, not my baby. I think just that first week, nobody tells you how hard that first week is. It's like, just imagine you got hit by a car, and then so you got hit by a car, you're in a lot of pain, but like you can't sleep. Like you're not going to sleep through the night. You have this beautiful baby. She needs you all day, all night. I just don't think I realized how much she's eating. She's eating every 2.5 hours, like noon, 2:30, really 5, 7, 9, midnight, 3, 5, 7, 9, noon. Like, I didn't realize having a baby is just you nursing all day long. The whole day is revolved around nursing. And then you're just recovering. So like you're paranoid that the baby's going to die. You're excited that you have a new baby. You can't stop looking at her. You're crying. You're stressed. Then you're paranoid again. You're taking a shower. You're like, she's crying. What's going on? And it's like, you're restless. You're tired. That first week is not for the week. It's not. It is not for the week. I will never again, that's
what I'm talking about. Like, because you don't really, for the most part, even see a lot of people with their baby in the first week, because they're usually home and they're not like going out and stuff. So you don't really know anything that's happening in that first week. They're just kind of isolated. It's a lot to change and stuff. And again, of course, I'm speaking because I don't have kids yet, but I didn't know if that 2-hour thing was really real, but that's a real thing. Every 2 hours, then you gotta just wow.
Oh yeah, she's eating all day, all night. And the first week is especially hard because you have, not to be so deep, but there's just so many hormones that are just like drop, you're on such a hormone drop because your body just went through so much. Oh my gosh, you just like, sometimes you just can't, like, not that I didn't have postpartum depression, but there's just times where you just cry, you're just crying. And it's hard to stop. You just, as a husband, you have to be there, like chill, emotional support. I'll take the baby. There's just like, holy cow, it's so much, like, I'm tough.
Yes, yes.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like,
Yeah.
I'm tough. And it was real that first week. And nobody really told me how hard it would be. Like, just, you're still like, this is a lot. You're still like bleeding. You have to wear like a full-on diaper for the first week because you are just literally like bleeding. It's just like, there's so many things nobody told me. And some of my friends were like, oh yeah, I didn't want to freak you out. Okay, got it, thanks.
Yeah, so okay, I'm learning as you talk because I have never heard of that either. Wow, okay.
Like, it's been 4 months and I'm just finally starting to feel like myself again. I can't even, it's wild.
So, okay, well, let me ask you that though, Sue, because it's like you said, I mean, you got a whole person that you created. Like, is it, I mean, aside everything you just said, but is it still kind of like surreal? Like, oh God, like
insane. Even now I'm like, oh my God, I have a baby. Like, it's so weird. It's like, not weird, but
it is though. It's kind of like, this is weird.
So like, weird.
Because I know, like, your whole life, and now
I know, it's like, I was like, oh my God, like last year it was like just me going to the gym, eating what, you know, going to work,
right,
doing whatever, like what a woman of leisure that I once was. Not anymore. Yeah. But at the same time, like the first week, oh, she was sleeping. I think I just woke her up. The first,
yes, okay.
Terrence is in there.
Oh,
the first week, yeah, I just was like, holy cow, it's a huge adjustment. It's huge. You just, my mom was here luckily to like help us, but without help, I mean, I don't know how single moms do it. It's hard.
And that was my next kind of thing. So your husband is there to help, and your mother, like, how important is some kind of support system?
You literally have to have it because this baby needs you all day. Like, you just, I don't think you realize she can only be able to be put down aside from her sleeping. If she's awake, she'll sleep. She'll lay down by herself for maybe 15 minutes and then she cries. She's ready to be picked up. She needs so much love and attention. And she needs snuggles all day long, love all day long. So yeah, mom needs to be cooking. Dad's asleep and I have the baby. Like, nobody's like, they always say sleep when the baby sleeps, but it just doesn't last that long when the house is a mess. And you know. Yeah,
no, that's so, but the thing is, so you got, I believe, I'm gonna be correct, your sister has kids, right?
No, my older brother has kids.
Or your brother, I'm sorry. See, I know I was gonna mess that up, right? Your brother, because I know you said you had a nephew or a niece or something like that.
Yeah, my older brother has kids.
So what's it like when you were just, the cool aunt, and just the kids can cook a little bit and then they can go home, and now the difference of, you know, where
no night and day. I was like the rich auntie because like I moved out to LA. I got my fashion job. Right. I like traveled to China. I've traveled to Italy for work. So like I will send them, like when I went to China, I've sent them a package of all these Chinese snacks, you know, even Chinese Oreos, you know. I sent them all these pictures and I printed out pictures and I sent them all this stuff. So like, yeah, I was just like the rich, fun aunt. Not rich, but you know, to them.
Right, hey, to them, right. And now
now it's just like, there's just no time. I can't even imagine going back to the gym yet. That's how much, like if I'm leaving the baby, I'm going to the spa. That's the only thing I'm doing. That's it, right. I need a massage. Massage my shoulders. That's what I need, you know?
Yeah, it's just crazy because it's just like this little thing, but it's so much responsibility. Like, okay, I'm gonna keep it real. So I want to say I'm either 16 or 17 years older than my brother. My parents had a late in life child. So listen, you know, by then it was my senior year in high school and I was graduating, going to college. So when I got to college, we all kind of had a rotating schedule with them because my parents were still working. So I would take them in the mornings because my classes were later.
Yeah.
And grandmother would come. I would have them for about 5 hours in the morning. And I would be so glad to see my grandmother because I was just like, yo,
exhausted.
done. Like this kid is killing me. And I'm so embarrassed. But once he got old enough that I could prop him and he would watch a little, it was like Blue's Clues or something. Like my brother, not every kid is like this, but my brother would be transfixed on the TV. And I could just like, okay, cool. I can play video games. Not every kid is like that. I don't know, but once he got it, but he was about, 10, 12 months. And then it kind of got a little easier, but man. And I used to tell myself, well, how do like single parents, like a single mother? I can't.
God bless single women. I don't know how they do it unless like they have their mom to come help. But yeah, you have just zero time to yourself. Like Terrence, he's in law school and he signed up for his classes to be only Tuesdays and Thursdays so that he could be home. Yeah. But on those Tuesdays and Thursdays, he's gone from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. By the time he's getting home, I'm like, please, I just need a shower. I need to like take it, I just need a little time to like just relax, take a deep breath. Cause
guys, I'm telling you, what I'll do if it's okay with Katie, send me a picture because I'll give a little, because I'm sure everyone's like, what's the baby look like? Because she's a cute.
Yeah, of course.
She's cute. She's so adorable. Oh my God.
She is so cute. I know that whole first week you get home from the hospital. That's probably the most life-changing. It's just like people always say like, oh, sleep now because you're not going to sleep after the baby comes. It's like, of course, but right. As annoying as it is, it's true. I mean, we are sleeping a little more now that she's 4 months, but you're just not, you're not sleeping because you're also paranoid that you're like, okay, so she's 1 day old. I'm just going to put her in this bassinet. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up and she's just going to be chilling, like fine, like nothing. She didn't choke on anything. There's nothing for her to choke on, but you don't know that. Right. Anyway, and then you just look at her. Yeah. Right. And you just look at her and you're like, she is so cute. And then you're crying, it's the wildest experience. And so, yeah, that's probably the first thing is what I didn't know is how hard that first week is. Nobody really warns you. Yeah. They all like act like it's like this beautiful thing, but that first week is not, it's not it. It's hard. It's a huge adjustment and the baby's adjusting too. And she's just like crying and you're like, okay, I'm pretty sure she's like gassy because her immune system is literally, she was just in a stomach, and now she's like eating food. Yeah. But yeah. And then nursing's probably the second thing. I didn't realize how much time it would take to nurse, but luckily I'm like a dairy cow. No problem. No problem nursing. And this baby's a milk monster. And I think I was always like, you hear women having a really hard time nursing. But luckily it's been going really good for me. Dare I say I enjoy it. And it's just
Well, no, I recently, I wasn't even looking for it, but I saw a lady kind of talking about her struggles. And then, on Instagram, there were so many comments of ladies like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, I had such a hard time. And I didn't, being a guy, I had no idea, but a lot of women, I didn't know that there was a problem, just that adjustment. And then, you don't want to go to formula so fast and you prefer to do it that way. And it's kind of a blessing if it works out good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I learned about breast milk is that it literally changes to cater to the needs of your baby. Like your first 2 days of breast milk, it's like, I don't know if this is TMI for you, but it's like a really thick protein rich breast milk called colostrum. And then after like 2 or 3 days, your actual milk comes in and it's more fatty based because initially she needs a lot of protein, but then she needs to start gaining fat. And your breast milk literally changes to fit the needs of what the baby needs. Like, but our bodies are wild. It's insane.
I did not know that. I did not.
So if when your milk comes in, if it doesn't come in that strong and you can tell your baby's hungry because she's still crying. Luckily, I didn't have that problem, but some women just try and they're just not producing enough. But yeah, it's our bodies are insane. What we can do, and
Yeah.
how they're just built for babies. And I got lucky. I didn't know how I'd feel about it. I was trying not to put too much pressure on myself because so many women struggled with it. So I was like, okay, you know what? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Luckily it worked. And it like is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Like I didn't know how I'd feel about it, because when you see women breastfeeding, I'm like, okay, like your whole boobies out. Like I would use the T word, because I do like the T word. Like,
What's a family show? We'll keep it. Yeah.
Man, your T is out, you know, like I think it's beautiful. I think breastfeeding is gorgeous. I have no problem seeing women breastfeed. Let me not like say it like that. I feel weird about pulling out my boob in public. Like I'll go into another room or whatever, which no, I mean, let me not be controversial. I think breastfeeding is beautiful.
It's crazy. I was at the airport, and where was Golly? I was in, it was either in Phoenix or Anaheim, because I was flying back. And it was weird because they had this pod kind of, just walking past the gates and stuff. And I was like, what in the world is this? And it was like, it said for nursing mothers, but it was just kind of this round. I was like, but it seems so uncomfortable. I'm like, are you supposed to just curl? I was like, I had no idea what that was. I was like, shouldn't they just have something maybe in a room? It was just the weirdest thing, but I said maybe that's
like in the bathroom.
No, this is literally at the gates, like across by. It was kind of by the bathroom, but it was outside. There was it was said a nursing station, but it was like this round. It's hard to explain, and I didn't know how a woman would even get in that thing. I'm like, how's that? I guess it was a kind of sit and cradle, but it was some kind of new technology they're probably trying to do to help people out. But
yeah, it sounds nice. Yeah, I got lucky with it. Yeah, I thought it was a lot cuter than I thought it would be. I heard it being really hard, but it was actually adorable. Like even when the baby first came out, they put her on your chest.
Right.
So you can have like skin to skin bonding. Skin to skin bonding is very important.
Okay.
Also found that out. But they put her on my chest. Literally the minute they put her on my chest, this baby was like, like she was ready to eat. Within 45 minutes, like you kind of have to shove her face up in there. I shoved her face on there and she was like, I was like, oh my God, she's so cute. Like I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And like, I'm talking like now when she's hungry, she like nose dives into the booby. She's like, she'll be like, I don't know if this is too much of a visual. She'll be like, just like, and you're like, and then she's like, it's just like, so cute.
5, guys, you get the visuals, you get the sound effects. Katie gives us everything. Like
it's precious. It's like it's so precious. Her little fat little face. It's just like, I'm like, I love this little girl so much. She's just like, this little girl is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, and she is. I mean, she really is. So, anything else that was just like oh my gosh, I was not expecting that moment.
I mean, aside from diapers, I knew there would be a lot of diapers.
Do you have a genie thing? We used to have the diaper genie. Do you have that?
Yeah, we have the diaper genie.
Okay.
To be honest, the diaper genie fills up so quick. I feel like in a day and a half, I'm like,
yeah.
I think I just tie out this bag again, take it out. Like, I just wish it was bigger. It's just like too small. And I know you have
kind of slender thing. Is it still that?
Yeah.
That's I remember.
Yeah,
that.
it's like, it's not necessary. I mean, it is because you don't want stinky diapers, but like, it's like so small. I feel like I'm always like taking it out. It's like, it's a damn diaper genie. It's like always, but yeah, we have one. Yeah, I guess like the fourth thing is just like, I knew I would love, like people talk about how much you love the baby, but I didn't know how obsessed with her I would be. Like I'm at work looking at pictures of her when I need a break from her. So, it's, I don't know. It's bizarre. I'm like so obsessed with her. Like I come home, like going back to work was so hard. I just went back 3 weeks ago. It was really hard, especially after you spend 4 months like bonding with her and she's so little. And then you get back to work and you're just like in a room, like pumping milk. And it's like so depressing that you don't get to see your baby's beautiful face every day. It sucks, but
I saw you posted that when you went back to work. You posted something.
It was so hard. Tuesday night, I got home and I was fine at work all day. And Tuesday night I got home and I picked her up and I just like started crying. I didn't even know I was gonna do that. God, it's so hard to just like go answer emails and deal with stuff at work and not like be with your baby all day. It sucks. Oh God, it's hard. It's just like, it's such an adjustment. You just need more time. She's so little, you know.
Single guys, what Katie is describing is basically like when you get the PlayStation and you enjoy it, but then you got to go to work and is this a guy? So guys, I'm just hoping a single guy.
Imagine having, PlayStation for 4 months.
And you can't be by it and you just tell your friends and here it is. It's so great. Always.
Yeah.
There we go. So, man, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, if there's a lot of single guys that watch your show, then as a man, to support your female, I would say when she's nursing, bring her snacks, bring her water. You're like, all of a sudden you're just like hot and you're thirsty. It makes your metabolism's moving so fast. You're just like sweating, you're thirsty. Bring the snacks, bring some water. The things you can do as a man to support your wife. If she had the baby through the vagine, you're only allowed to use like a squeeze bottle with water. If you see it unfilled, fill it up by the bathroom.
Right now, got it. Okay.
And try to clean up as much as you can, and just like do the other stuff to support, because emotionally, you don't even feel like yourself. You're going through so much stuff. So as a man, if you can like try to be chill, try to calm, get things done. That's the best advice I got.
Well, I mean, you guys are, I mean, it's not easy, but it's not. Post pictures and stuff. You guys look so cool and great.
Thanks. I mean, we've been together for almost 10 years now, and we just had a baby like 4 months ago. So our relationship is already pretty tight. So it's not like, we're like a team already, which is good. It's not like, we just met each other, because there's a period where you like miss the relationship we used to have. I mean, of course you have this beautiful baby, but I'm like, oh, we used to be able to like go out.
It's the part,
go on dates, kiss, like dress up, look good. And then it's like,
in 18 years, you can go back and do that. You know what I'm saying?
I know. In a few years, of course, in a few years we can.
All right, no. But, man, that's awesome though. I appreciate it. But
give us a moment and we will own it. Give us a moment and we will own it. Give us a moment.
Okay, so also though, I wanted to talk to, of course we can talk about the baby all day.
No.
Like I said, me and Katie, we met and we were working retail, and I had never, no, that's not true. I had worked retail, but I had never worked commission before. And so I remember I came there and, there was a lot of people that were working there. It was competitive. And, once I kind of figured out what I was doing, then I was like, okay. Oh, this is how it is, with so many characters that we work with. I
know.
And so I went on a couple more retail spots for a little bit, but I did too. You did as well. Mm-hmm. And so now, in 2022, post-pandemic, even before pandemic, there was always talks, man, Amazon's moving in, and Amazon and online shopping is really kind of taken over for a lot of people. And, stores are struggling. I think they said there's maybe like just a handful of Kmart's left. Kmart's pretty much done, Sears, all these old school spots. But, and so they're kind of now, trying to determine what the landscape's going to be, in terms of the stores and all that. What do you feel about, the retail kind of scene in terms of like the survival of it? What are we going to be at in 10 years? Stuff like that.
I feel like there's the middle ground is going to be gone, but I feel like high-end luxury retail and then like discount clearance retail are two valid retails. Like, for instance, if you go to Beverly Hills, maybe because I live in LA, not trying to, so you go to Beverly Hills, you go to these fancy stores, you want to spend your money, you want to walk around with your bag, you want to go get lunch, like you want them to pop champagne, you want to feel like it's about the experience doing luxury. So I feel like there's rich people that want that luxury experience. And then I feel like those same people want to go to Home Goods and they want to go like bargain shop like a mother effer, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like the Maxinistas, the the Ross, you know, the Ross is the
Yeah.
Maxinista, TJ Maxx, the Targets, you know,
Hey, shout out. Yeah.
there's room for them, but like I feel like the Old Navies, the Gaps, the like people will just shop online. I don't think they need to try on like t-shirts like that anymore. I think, you know,
Yeah.
like the middle ground of like Sears, yeah, Kmart, won't like Kmart, I guess could be lower, but to a sense, but I just feel like middle ground retail is not necessary. Like people aren't investing that much time and money into it. They just want fast fashion. So they don't need to go try on a bunch of stuff at a store. They're like, I'll just get it, return it, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny too, because I just watched a documentary 2 or 3 weeks ago about Abercrombie and Fitch and kind of the rise and fall, a little bit of it. And at the height of it, I said to myself, I don't think it's ever going to be.
No, they're trying to make a comeback.
I mean, even just the hype of a clothing brand where people are flooding the store, I was like, that's never going to happen again. It could be online and people want to sell things out, but
Yeah.
you know, they had lines out the door for t-shirts and stuff. And I don't see it coming, especially at that price point and stuff like you said.
No.
But it was just funny to watch that. And I was like, gosh, that was crazy. You know,
It was crazy.
you know,
It was. I mean, I guess there's still lines for sneakers, like sneaker drops and stuff like that. But
right. And that's a different thing, because the sneaker to me is kind of a luxury. Well, the price people are paying, like, my goodness, that is considered almost like a brand. You kind of like,
I guess if it was a sneaker drop, you could kind of consider it as a pop-up. I think pop-ups are like
that's true. That's a good point.
pop-ups are something that's coming up. You don't have to commit to like a retail space. It makes it more exciting. It's only here for this period of time. You got to get it now. Like,
yeah,
gotta get in line, you gotta get it, or you're not gonna get it. Like, it makes it like exciting. I guess we're so into this, like our attention span is so quick.
gosh,
It's like it's got to be pop-up.
It's crazy too. I don't know if you remember this, but when we worked at Kenneth Cole, the crazy part was it was connected to Venetian and there was Tao. And I used to make so much money at the end of the night because at that time, Tao had a dress code. And so the guys, and we were one of the few men's stores in that whole canal shop. And so many guys would come running up like, bro, hold on, I need a collared shirt.
And we were open till midnight.
And we were open till midnight. So right when they're letting folks in, we used to, just gravy, just making money.
I'm wearing a Prada shirt, but I need a button up.
And they would pay whatever, you know, and I'm like, that, bro, you know, let's make this money. But it's interesting because I totally agree. Luxury brands are gonna be luxury brands, you know what I'm saying? Montclair, Gucci, all that stuff. And you know, it's like, you know, they talked about when Blockbuster kind of folded and messed up. They said it wasn't that people didn't mind going to the video store and what did they have, all that. They hated the return the videos. And that's where Netflix and that old young kids, you might not understand, Netflix wasn't what it was right now. I used to be able to rent something. Take it back, way back. Yeah. And that's where they kind of usurped it. So I kind of just wonder with retail, I know everything's online, but that pop-up thing might be the saving grace for some of that mid-tier stuff, I think.
Yeah.
But now you're in a whole new fashion. You're like doing this, like the design stuff, right? Like you're in like the whole.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I work for a brand called Vince. And I so it's broken into categories. I work in women's sweaters and knitwear, and I kind of help research fabrics. I approve colors. I communicate with our factories. And we have factories in Peru, China, Vietnam, Portugal. So stuff like that. Go to fittings, all kinds of things like that. We have a creative director, so it's not like it's just like school where you're just like creating whatever. It's of course it's like based on, you always plan a year from now. So we're working, like I'm already working in 2023. So I'm always like, what year is it? You know, I like never, like when it's New Year's, I'm like, it's only 2022. Right. It's like makes me lose it. I don't know.
Man, that's crazy. That's true. I never thought about that, but interesting too. Okay, so before we go, matter of fact, let me get mine up because
I know. Sorry, was I?
I have my little letterbox list, and I asked Katie because here's the thing, you know, you're home a lot now, so you can at least maybe while the baby's sleep, or you just on the couch, you can maybe catch a flick. Maybe can't go out to a whole lot. But what is the worst movie you ever remember seeing? Like, just the worst.
Well, I mean, recently it was The Matrix 3.
Oh,
The new Matrix. It was so bad.
Listen,
That was terrible. Did you watch it?
I did. Where is it at? I have a pic. The Matrix original movie is my all-time favorite movie, and that car wreck that they put out was very disappointing. Very disappointing.
Dude, it was so bad. They just like went to the drawing board. They're like, we need boards with green lights. We need slime. We need plugs. We need more plugs. Like, we need a edgy Asian girl with a shaved head to do karate. Like, it just was so.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
they went to like the Star Trek archives to like. It was just.
Okay, man. Oh wow. Yeah. Here we go. On my list. Oh my gosh, so many terrible movies. Let me see.
So many terrible.
I like Letterboxd because when you rate it, you can go back and you look at your ratings. You're like, man, that was.
Oh.
Okay, there was a movie. Okay, recent movie out. It's called Spiral, and it was based on that Saw movie, like where they, don't ask me why. I just caught it, and it's with and Chris Rock is in it. Let me just.
You laughed when you said.
All right, yeah. Here's a scene. He's a cop. The killer's on the loose, and he's working, and he's in his precinct, and the chief is this female, and she goes down to like the file cabinet in the basement of the precinct, and the killer's there, right? In the police precinct. And so the rest of the police, no one else is in the basement, no one else is running security checks, no cameras, and all of a sudden, like, Chris is like, wait, where's the chief? And guys are like, wait, she was just here and she has a gun. Somehow the scene cuts and now she's in some contraption. No one sees it in the police precinct. I'm like, bro, where is this 1885? Where's the camera? I was getting so upset. I said, this is the most stupidest thing I've ever.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I was talking to Terrence about his worst movie, and he said it was Scream 3. And he said there's like a part in the movie where like the killer's gone in the house and turned the gas on. And so they're outside and the killer's like about to get them, like, we need to go inside. They get inside, they're like, the gas is on. We got to go outside. And then they go outside. They're like, but the killer's out here. And they go back inside and they're like, but the gas is on. He said they go in and out like 4 times.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
people,
bad.
you know how many people work on a movie? It's like nobody thought to say, hey, man, this is kind of ridiculous. What are we doing? But no, they just kept it. So, man, okay. Well, guys, that is another episode. I have first of all, I've learned a lot.
Good.
My guy friends, y'all gonna learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? Katie's laid it all out for us. We appreciate that so much. Shout out to you. Shout out to Terrence, your husband, too. Big shout out. I guess when we have a law show, we'll have to bring him on as a law consultant because we sure don't know nothing about no law. But he can definitely help with that. And shout out to little Olive, who is just adorable.
Yeah, she's my kitty.
Oh my goodness. But appreciate you so much. And blessings to you and the fam, of course.
Thank you.
Great job as well. So guys, this is Channel 5. Please check us out on the Mighty Sharp Network. Please share and subscribe. We appreciate it very much. We got a couple little hats left. You want to get some merch as well. But you know what to do. Always be blessed. Stay sharp. Thank you, Katie.
Bye. Thank you.
Give us some more.